Hello, hello to all of my Geminis. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your Freedom Friday message. It may be still Thursday when you watch it, when you see when this video goes up or pops up in your feed, Gemini. So it's early for some people and right on schedule for others. But nevertheless, this video is from the 21st of October through the 31st. Yes. We have been moving through October a little slower because we have this solar eclipse that we're coming up on, and just making sure you know how to get ready for a generational reset. So sometimes you got to just kind of slow walk it a bit just to make sure you're getting ready for a generational reset. And that's the new moon in Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by two planets, Pluto and Mars. And so the phase that we're in right now, we're still feeling the effects of the last quarter moon phase in Cancer. If you go back and watch last Friday's video, as well as this past video for this past Monday motivational video, you will hear if your moon sign is everything from Aries all the way down to Pisces, and how you should nurture slash feed slash mother yourself and what self-care looks like. So let's get into it. First card in here is the Devil card. The Devil card and the Judgment card, as well as the Chariot card. Yeah, somebody is breaking free from something, right? Remember, we're not calling a person a devil. Now, what you call a person, that is entirely up to you, but we're not calling a human being a devil because it's actually a spirit. So somebody could ascend higher from somebody that you something that dissolved. It could have been a professional marriage, or it could have been a romantic marriage that dissolved because you decided to ascend higher and break the chains, right? You decided, I'm not operating in fear, I'm not operating in doubt, I'm not operating in any kind of addiction to anything, right? Addiction to food, addiction to the S word, addiction to the D word that ends with S. I'm not addicted to anything. I'm not even fearful. What I'm recognized is that some people that I had to get as far away from, it could have been in business or romantically, has at least 5 generations of chaos and confusion attached to it. So me, I'm taking the high road, and I'm seeing wish fulfillment, and I see you in celebratory mode. We have the 5 of Wands, but we also have the 9 of Cups and also the 3 of Cups. So congratulations, I'm seeing judgment in your favor. Like I said before, some people have at least 5 generations of chaos and confusion attached to them. Again, what can you do about that, Gemini? We are not other people's gods. We are each other's guides as human beings here on earth. And so the sooner people recognize that, the better off things will be. Looking at let's use the major arcana here for like moon energy. So let's say, for instance, your moon sign is Cancer. That's what the Cancer is called the mother sign and the money sign, right? And so you could have said that somebody's mother was acting in a demonic way. You could have said somebody's mother was acting in a demonic way. Maybe that person is a Scorpio. Maybe that person, whatever. Here's the thing. Your moon sign, let's say your moon sign is Cancer. So that means for you, your sun sign could be Gemini, moon sign could be Cancer. If that's for you, this is your primary concern is security. So there's a deep instinct to nurture and protect yourself and others. And so your feelings wax and wane, but they're very, very powerful. Remember, Cancer is called the mother sign. We're in the last quarter moon phase of Cancer, right? So Cancer is, how do you mother yourself? How do you nurture yourself? What does self-care look like? You could be a person who is all about um, wanting the same energy you pour into people. And I'm saying pour because water is pour. Cancer is a water sign. You're pouring into people. You're making them feel secure about their position in your universe or your life. You expect them to pour back into you, right? And learn your love language, right? Let's say your moon sign is Capricorn. If your moon sign is Capricorn, you may need a structural routine, and you tend to be efficient with your time and resources. So safety comes from feeling that you're in control. So this is why it's important to learn your moon sign, because this is what self-care looks like for you. This is what feeding your soul looks like for you. Let's say your moon sign is Scorpio. Emotions tend to run high, and holding on to hurts can at times be destructive. Tough physical exercise can be a way to discharge. Now, we know this Judgment card is actually attached to Pluto. It's not Scorpio, but Pluto is one of Scorpio's ruling planets. Pluto is also one of those generational planets, just like Uranus is and just like Neptune is. Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune are generational planets. So when we talk about this, somebody is breaking a generational chain of operating in fear, doubt, any kind of an addiction to whatever it is, right? And so somebody is celebrating the win of something, ascending higher. Maybe you stayed in a relationship because maybe you stayed in a relationship with the person because you felt like, hey, they were giving you all the passion that you needed and then some. They were just like your wildest dream. Or maybe you felt like, okay, this situation, maybe you signed a deal with somebody and you may have felt like, you know what, I feel like I secured this deal, but then after a while, you may have felt like you were left vulnerable. Okay, I'm ascending higher. I'm breaking the chain of I'm breaking a demonic chain. Again, we're not calling a person a demon. We're keeping the vibrations very high now because we're at the end we're coming towards an end of a cycle on the 24th, and then we're rolling right on into a new cycle on the 25th. Right? So here we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords, we have the Four of Cups, and also the Nine of Swords. Something kept somebody awake. Somebody felt like they were being gaslighted, lied to, talked about all kinds of stuff behind your back, which was very distracting, and it could have kept somebody, like sleepless nights. You may not have been crying tears, but you certainly were tossing, and somebody was tossing and turning, right? Until you said, you know what, let me calm down. Let me defend myself without being defensive. And that's what won somebody the Judgment. Yeah, so let me calm down somewhere. Let me sit down somewhere and look at this thing. This enemy, which is the devil, again, not a person, is trying to keep me in fear and doubt. It could be for any reason. It could mean you feel like you coming up against a whole big organization. It could mean you coming up against a whole family. Whatever it is, you have source on your side and you won. So you don't even have to ruminate over this. Somebody may have been sitting around ruminating over it when you should be celebrating in advance. Source, thank you. Thank you that I won something and gotten as far away from that. So a huge weight is going to feel like it's been lifted from somebody. And also I see new and exuberant love coming across somebody's path. So like I said before, Geminis, this is about you celebrating something, right? Here we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, coming through this, new inspiration coming across your path. New inspiration could come creatively, like a new business deal with somebody, a new business marriage with somebody. And it could also be a new love coming across your path, where you may consider marriage again if it's romantic, right? So let's keep it moving forward, Gemini. So yeah, kudos to you. Keep your vibrations very, very high, Geminis, because like I said before, new inspiration coming across your path. So when we're talking about your identity specifically, Gemini, let's say your sun sign is a Gemini, then in terms of identity and life purpose, when we talk about your sun sign, that's your purpose, that's your vitality, that's your inner authority, that's your shining light, that's your self-confidence, that's the thing that you're proud of, like, your accomplishments. Like, well, what are you proud of for yourself? For you, the development of language and communication skills informs your identity. Knowledge is your goal. You all are very knowledgeable signs. So this is where that shapes your identity to say, hey, I went to such and such school, or I graduated from there, and my title is this, or that's not bragging. That's something you work hard for. So yeah, you're proud of it, right? So now it's about the first thing you want to find out is what nurtures your spirit. Like really, as an adult, you already know your name. That's part of your identity. You already know your family name, where you came from, where you were raised, and all of that. That's part of your identity. But how do you feel? Like, what really nurtures your spirit? That's your moon sign. Go pull your full birth chart, right? Go pull your full birth chart. And then your ascendant. Like you hear people say, my rising. Sometimes you hear readers say, I'm speaking to your sun, moon, rising, Venus, right? Your rising is how you present yourself to the world. So if you present yourself to the world as somebody who is chained to fear, chained to doubt, chained to some kind of an addiction, that also puts you in a very powerless position where you are constantly defending yourself, and sometimes coming across as a person who is petty, starting arguments, starting little petty quarrels and that kind of thing. So that's what I'm saying. Detaching yourself or dissolving some kind of a relationship and ascending higher, somebody chose God over the devil and themselves, right? It may sound easier said than done, but listen to people who are like talking about, I still got demons I'm trying to fight. That could be a drug addiction. It could be a SE, well, you know what I'm saying? Addiction. It could be it could be an addiction to food. That could be somebody's demon. Like every time I see a cake, I just want to eat it. Or somebody's addiction could be like, no matter how small they get, I feel like I can lose 10 more pounds. It could go either way. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever it is, somebody broke free of something that was weighing them down and you're celebrating it. It could have been a person. It could have been a place. It could have been a thing, but somebody's celebrating, and it's the emotional detachment of it, right? And let's say your Venus is Gemini. Communication is the key to love. The art of the verbal exchange and the sound of your lover's voice. Relationships need room for you to breathe. So somebody is starting to realize, hey, I don't want to have to fill in the gray areas for with a person I love, whether it's a friendship, romantic relationship, job. I need some communication. Like what? You're a Gemini. You're ruled by Mercury. You absolutely need communication. So trying to fill in the gray areas just doesn't work for you. And for somebody, that could be frustrating for them. Right here we have the Emperor card. So I do see somebody maybe in a leadership position. Somebody, like I said before, you could be in a leadership position, and you could have Aries somewhere in your chart. Let's say Aries is your moon sign. Let's say Aries is your moon sign. So Aries being your moon sign means it doesn't suit you to be held back or to have to wait for others. You might show your caring by helping charges develop their independence. And let's say Aries is your moon sign, right? And you're in a relationship with a person who they love that fire in you. They love the fact that you're inspiring people, but you're not. It wasn't reciprocated. And after a while, no matter how adaptable you are to situations, because you're a mutable sign, guess what? That flame is going to go out eventually. So this is about learning what your moon sign is, and like I said, operating in love from a higher frequency. Something just did not feed somebody's spirit. And after a while, I don't care, mutable signs, that's you, that's Sagittarius, that's Pisces, that's Virgo. After a while, I mean, it gets tiring. It gets exhausting, mentally exhausting. So here's the beautiful thing that's coming up, Geminis, just so you know. We're coming to the end of this cycle, right? On the 24th it ends, and then we roll into the 25th where a new one begins, right? That is going to be hitting like a reset button because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. So the things that you're passionate about, like somebody is going to get their rest for that 3 to 4 days you're getting your rest and then we transition into the new moon phase. Before that time that you're getting your rest, so it's like 3 days leading up to it, then 3 days out that you're getting your rest. So you may feel tired, you may feel lethargic. Go with the flow. Go with the flow of the water. I'm talking about the emotions of God saying, I need you to get your rest. So if your dreams start becoming even more intense about things coming up, I want you all, before you even get out of the bed, and you grab your cell phone in your notes section, jot them down. God, help me to understand what this means. Because sometimes when we have dreams, a lot of times we're not dreaming in a particular order. Like we know when the dream started, the main characters in the dream, then how the dream faded out. It's like sometimes it's just like blotchy. You're like, this person was in my dream, and then this one ended, and then this came into my dream, and like, what in the world does all of this mean? I want you all to write down everything you remember. God, explain this to me, because it's something feels I don't know what this means. God will explain it to you, and God could explain it to you in a reading. However God explains it to you, all you have to do is open your mouth and say, God, I had a dream about X, Y, and Z. I jotted it down. Because you know how it is when you fade in and out of sleep, Gemini. You may have a dream about this thing, and then, you jot it down. You drift back off to sleep, have a dream about something else. It's like, okay, that was odd. What was that about? So again, you're asking Source to interpret your dreams, right? And so Source will use however way you need the dream to interpret. They'll interpret the dream. Here we have the Lover's card. Yeah, somebody was in a demonic soul tie. And so now this is you loving up on you, nurturing you. Yep. This is you loving up on you. Go look up your moon sign. Go look up your moon sign. Somebody's moon sign could be Cancer. It could be Capricorn. It could be Scorpio. It could be Gemini. It could be Aries. Could be your moon sign. Whatever your moon sign is, somebody finally feels complete because they know exactly how to mother themselves. They know how to nurture themselves. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of pulling your natal chart. That's the whole point of pulling your natal chart. We're going to look up some characteristics of your new person. If you desire to be in a romantic relationship, we're going to look up the characteristics of your new person, okay? Let's see what else we got here going on here. Geminis. King of Pentacles. That's right. Somebody better get ready for a very wealthy life. Very, very wealthy life. You're already rich in spirit. You're already rich in spirit. You're rich in your soul. Your heart is in the right place. You have ascended higher. Like I said, you know how to defend yourself without coming across as violent and defensive. Let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's look at some character. For those of you, not everybody wants to be in a romantic relationship, but just in case you do, let's see what the characteristics of your person are. Let's see what some of the characteristics of your person, because this is also important too, especially since you have new exuberant love coming in your somebody has new exuberant love coming across their path. Let's see exactly what that looks like for you, Gemini. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, Four of Wands. Okay, right here, just this. See this picture right here? That's what it looks like. You know, whatever fantasy you want to fulfill, they're right there with you. They know how to, they know how to do what you. Yeah. So like I said before, a new and exuberant love is coming across somebody's path, right? Something about them ignites a flame in you, whereas you may have been missing it in the past. Something about their energy like really, really turns you on, and it's they know how to nurture. They will be one to initiate. You don't have to sit. You don't have to wait. You don't have to be the person that initiates it. They know exactly what you need. They know exactly how to nurture nurture you and how to feed your spirit. Their energy feels very much like soul food. So let's see what else we got going on here. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's pull a Moonology card. Let's pull a Moonology card. So like I said before, somebody left a demonic soul tie. Again, we're not calling a person a demon, but I'm talking about operating in fear, operating in doubt. Maybe somebody got into a relationship thinking that their heart was in the right place, when it could have been fear from the start, right? Or some kind of the devil card is just very crafty, period. I mean, people could be well-intentioned, but you don't know what another person's intentions are. Here we have meditate and contemplate. So what I'm seeing is that somebody may have been like in this, like this right here. Somebody could have been in there could have been a fight for your spirit, your higher self and your lower self, God being your higher self, and then your lower self, the devil, and it looks like God won. Somebody looked at both sides of the situation and said, I don't need to come across as defensive. I chose God. I'm no longer choosing my flesh. I'm not operating in my flesh when it comes to a certain situation. And it's not just in the SCX word. I'm not choosing my flesh when it comes to signing a contract with the company or an organization. Just to say I'm associated with this organization. Just so sometimes people like to say, oh, I work for such and such company. I know this person and that person. And then you get into a situation, it's a very demonic situation where it's not what you thought it was going to be. And it's like, oh no, let me get out of this. Let me get as far away from this situation as possible. So whatever it is, congratulations, judgment is in your favor. You don't have anything to worry about. Like I said, judgment is in your favor. Judgment is in your favor. Watch a movie. Yeah, watch a movie. When I tell you that source, so usually when we're sitting down watching a movie, especially if it's it doesn't matter what movie it is, just look up something. Source has your answer for you in the movie that you're watching. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Whatever movie you choose, it doesn't have to be a particular title. It could be something that really, really just speaks to your spirit. Watch the movie. There's something that source is trying to get to you in that movie. So that's what your message is, right? That's going to help you go through your rebirth process. There we go. Then we see the number 9, 5 plus 4 is 9. Then we got 99 right here. Yeah, you're going through a regenerative process, right? Something ended in order for something in you to burst wide open like a butterfly to begin, right? It is time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. That's right, Geminis, unleash your true power. Let's see what your affirmation card is. Let's see what your affirmation card is, Geminis. Let's see what your affirmation card is. Let's see what your affirmation card is, Geminis. Let's see. Strength. Affirmations for strength. That's right. All obstacles in my path are being cleared. I am stronger than yesterday. I am brave. I am courageous. I learn from my mistakes. Failure is a farce. All effort is testing. I rise above all that stands in my way. Improvement is my only concern. That's right. That's right. That's right. Push the ego to the side of feeling like I lost or whatever the case may be, because Source is saying, as long as you ascend higher, the things that you've been praying for, Gemini, are going to be released to you a lot sooner. So go get your stuff. Ascend higher and break free of any fear, doubt, any kind of addictions, any kind of an illusion in your mind, hoping that things were going to get better. It's not. Ascend higher and move on to get the things that you have been praying for. That's what I have for you, because the things you've been praying for may come in a different form. It come in a different man or woman. It could come in the form of a different contract with a different organization. But whatever it is, it's still being fulfilled. That's what I have for you, Geminis. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye.